What's up everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ntwanie Ngomane and thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new and you stumble on this video, please do hit the subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back on this channel. I am finally back. I know I teased you guys with a little bit of a vlog about a couple of weeks ago, but I am now back to producing good quality content that you guys are all here for, right? So on today's video, I want to talk about my month and a half now of my experience as being AIC. So family, meet your auditor in charge. So I'm gonna talk on various aspects of the role, and I just want to let you guys in on what exactly happens when you AIC, some of the responsibilities that you have, and some of the things that are happening that I didn't really quite expect, but it is what it is, right? It comes with the job, so it needs to be done. Anyway, the first thing that I'm going to talk on is responsibility. I've always had responsibility, obviously, as a trainee, and there were always certain things that I needed to do and deadlines I needed to meet. But when you're AIC, it's a bit different, because now you're not just in charge of your own section, you're in charge of the audit, right? That's why you're called auditor in charge. So you're in charge of everything. It's not just about your sections anymore, it's about all the other sections that all the other team members are doing. And the first thing that stood out for me is the fact that everyone expects me to have an answer to their problem, which is quite a bit of a shock, because I mean, the only reason I'm in third year is because 2 years has passed, right? But also in that 2 years, I've gained quite a little bit of experience in the sections that I've been doing, that I can answer those. But for sections that I haven't done before, it's a bit of a challenge. So first thing is that everyone will expect you to have an answer to their problem, and your job is to help them to get to that answer, whether you know it or you don't. It is your responsibility as AIC to coach your junior team members, sometimes also your fellow third years if you're working with third years on the team. So sometimes you do coach your fellow third years as well, and you're also responsible for the second year, and you're also responsible for the first year. The second thing is time, and time in the context of when do you do your job, right? Because you can imagine if you're spending maybe like 3/4 of the day helping the team, you need to make time to do your own work, because over and above coaching as an AIC, you also need to perform your duties. You also have sections of the audit that you allocated to that you need to do. So that was a bit of a thing for me, because coming up from first year and second year, I was so used to just doing my portion of the work. I didn't have to worry about what everyone else is doing. It was always the AIC's job, but now I am the AIC who needs to worry about it. So the first few weeks were a bit steep, for lack of a better word, actually, because I would spend literally the whole day answering people's calls, being on Teams, meetings with the manager, a quick call with someone, that I would only look at my work at like 3:30, and knock off time is in an hour. But then that's another thing about being AIC, which is the next point that I'm going to get into. So I realized that I need to delegate more, and also I need to push back a little bit to my teammates and say, guys, these are some of the problems that you guys can solve on your own. You don't need to call me every 5 minutes, because I also need to get my own work done, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be rated on the work that I produce and not necessarily the team's work, right? So that's another thing that I've learned to like push back a little bit and say, think about it. Can you solve this problem without me? If you can, please do so. Not that I'm being rude, but because I need to make time to finish my own work, because at the end of the day, my competencies are on the line, and that is not something I'm going to compromise on. Which brings me to the next point. You need to be able to manage your time, and you need to learn a little bit of resilience when you're in this role. And why do I say this? I say this because managing the team requires your time, right? As well as reporting to the manager, having weekly catch-up meetings and solving other people's problems, that requires your time. Over and above that, you still need to dedicate time to doing your own work. So like I said, right, that at the end of the day, you find that you only have an hour left to do your job, which you need to learn to manage, in the sense that you will find yourself working overtime when you're not supposed to be working overtime. So this is also one of the new experiences that I've felt, is that I've worked overtime but not really overtime. I say this because I've had to put in an extra hour or two after work or on a Saturday so I can finish some of the smaller sections of my work so I can start afresh the following week, right? And this is not authorized overtime. This is not approved overtime. This is not overtime I get paid for. This is literally to just catch up on all those little 5 and 10 minute calls during the day that I get from my team, which is like, I have now to donate my time because during the day I'm solving other people's problems. The next thing that I want to say is about being AIC is having the ability to delegate, right? So as an auditor in charge, there are tasks that the manager will give you specifically because you are the most competent in the team, and there are some certain tasks that you need to do but you know that your first year or your second year can do. So those things are some of the tasks that you can delegate to your second year and your first year. If you're in second year and you're watching this video or you're in first year, please don't be weird in the comments. I'm just saying that all AICs do delegate, and I also need to start learning how to delegate. I've never really been a person who has delegated work before, and it's because of the role that I was in. Obviously first year you can't really delegate to anyone, everyone is giving you the job, and then second year I had so much smaller sections then it didn't make sense for me to delegate. So now this is the first time I would actually be delegating some of the tasks to the second year and the first year, and I've had to learn to trust them, you know. So working in a team is a bit difficult because at the end of the day someone can throw you under the bus, but that's why it's important to have good relations with your teammates, because you are able to delegate work to them and you're able to trust that they will do that work to the appropriate quality, to the appropriate audit quality that is required for that work to go on to file. So that's what I'm learning. I'm not quite there yet. I still want to, you know, get a little bit of hands-on on everything, but I realized that that results in me having to put in extra time. So I'm learning to trust the team and I'm learning to trust that what they do is of great quality, is of good quality, that we can put that work on file and have the manager look at it. So yeah, those are some of the things that I've learned so far. It's been, yo guys, it's been a learning curve. I don't want to lie, like every time I'm sitting and my laptop Teams ring, I'm just like, oh my god, what is it this time? Is it something huge, something small? Especially when you get a call from the manager, you're like, oh my god. So yeah, but I think what has helped me so far is that I have a great team. I really do have a great team. I have great second years that are working with me, first years as well that have recently joined, and I'm gonna do a video specifically for first time joiners and some of the things that I need you guys to remember from the perspective of an AIC. And the next thing that I want to get into, which I think will be the last thing of this video, I don't want to keep it too long, is obviously the money. So I know a lot of you want to know about the money. So now that you're in third year, how much is your salary, right? That's all you want to know. But this is what I'm going to tell you. When you go into third year, everyone's net salary is going to be different. So we might have the same annual package, but at the end of the day your take home will be different from mine, mainly because even though we're on the same medical aid, for instance, you probably would have a different option to what I chose. So if my option is more expensive than yours, then I'm gonna have a lesser take home than the next person. So I'm not going to talk on the basis of net amount, because that can be a little bit misleading. So I'll talk on the annual package. If you are in third year of your articles before APC, remember I do not have APC as yet. Actually, let me rephrase that. SAICA has not yet confirmed that I have APC. I do have it, but they have not yet confirmed. Right, let's leave it there. So if you are someone who is also in my same position, your annual take home should be on the 300k mark or above, right? And don't take me out of context. Remember guys, I work for an audit firm, so I'm speaking for trainees in audit firms. You could be in a smaller firm where the pay could be a bit lower, or you could be in a much more bigger institution like a bank where your pay would be a little bit higher than ours. But ours is about from the 300k mark and above. Some would be less, some would be more, but 300k I think is a good measure. Remember, this is before APC. So after APC we will get an increase, God willing, in light of COVID and everything. We will get an increase, and when we do, then I will give you guys an update. I have no idea how much increase we're gonna get or how much it's supposed to be. So when that happens, I will let you guys know. And yeah, I think we can leave this video here. This is my experience of being AIC for a month. I think my experience is very different from a lot of other people. A lot of other people are under pressure because they've had clients where they had to report in January. They had to meet JSE listing report deadlines. So my client is a private entity, and so we don't really go with the JSE reporting deadline, so we have a little bit more of room to work with. So the pressure is there, but it's not really there. We're only reporting end of March, which is still about a month away or so, a month and a couple of weeks away. So we still have a bit of time. But if you are a third year and you are on a listed client, this is normally busy season. Peace and love and hugs to you. I hope you pull through. But otherwise guys, this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop a comment down below. Let me know what it is that you'd like to know about the AIC role. Have I not explained this enough? And any more questions that you may have on this role. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. If you have not subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.